Hello and welcome to FCTV. Here are my Premier League score predictions for match week 32. The Premier League is back after what feels like a long time. We had an international break and we had an FA Cup weekend, and it's good to have Premier League football back. And can you believe that we're almost at the end of the season? Can't believe it, man. It only feels like yesterday when I started this channel, which was in September 2025, and I was talking about my Premier League predictions for the season ahead, and we're almost at the end. Can't believe it. But we've got a great weekend of football coming up. Before I get into my score predictions, can you please do all that good stuff? Please give the video a like. Please subscribe to the channel if you like football content. This is FCTV, Football City. Would really appreciate your support. So, not going to be long on this one because we're going to get straight into it. A big weekend for the relegation candidates. So we kick off on Friday night with West Ham against Wolves. Now, I personally believe that it's a big weekend for West Ham and Spurs because ultimately, if those teams don't win this weekend, I think they're in serious trouble. I feel like one of those teams is definitely done. So we kick off with West Ham versus Wolves. Wolves are gone, but West Ham in 18th position, desperate to climb out of the relegation zone. If West Ham don't win tonight against Wolves, who are basically done, I feel like West Ham are done. I feel like the only thing keeping Forest and Spurs up is West Ham being bad, and West Ham have not been very good, but I do think West Ham should win tonight. I think Wolves, yes, are gone, and they started to show some decent form at the back end of the season, putting in some good performances, you know, drawing against Arsenal, beating Liverpool. Wolves have shown that they do have some fight, but it's too little too late. They are gone. I don't know when it's officially mathematically impossible for them to survive, but they are pretty much done. So I'm going to say that West Ham will win this game at home. I'm going to go for a 2-1 home win to West Ham. We then go to Saturday lunchtime. We've got Arsenal versus Bournemouth. I feel like Arsenal have won the league pretty much. I feel like Man City have drawn too many games of recent to catch them. It would require Arsenal to do a massive bottle job, which would be hilarious to see. But I feel like Arsenal will win against Bournemouth. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. Arsenal 2, Bournemouth 0. I feel like it'll be quite straightforward for Arsenal, but I would love for Bournemouth to do something exciting to make it interesting. We then move on to Brentford versus Everton at 3 o'clock. Brentford and Everton, two teams who are going for Europe. I would really love to see these two teams in Europe. I'd love to see Brentford get into the Europa League. I think Brentford were one of those teams that everyone thought would be a candidate for relegation, and they've completely surprised everyone. Keith Andrews has done a fantastic job there, and obviously David Moyes doing great things at Everton as well. Based on Everton have been quite good. Brentford have been slipping recently, but I'm going to go for the home advantage, and I'm going to say that Brentford will win this one 2-1. I'll go for another 2-1 victory there. Move on to Burnley versus Brighton. Burnley, another team who are done. Brighton will be feeling good after beating Liverpool the last time they played in the Premier League. I can't see Burnley doing anything. I feel like Burnley don't have any fight left in them, so I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory for Brighton. Burnley 0, Brighton 2. We come on to Liverpool versus Fulham, Saturday, 5:30. This is going to be an interesting one because Liverpool are not in a good place, and I'm here for it. Liverpool are just struggling, looking like anyone can beat them at the moment. So you would say this is a good time for Fulham to go to Anfield and beat them, but I don't think they will. I still think Liverpool have enough in the tank at home against Fulham. I feel like Liverpool will win this one. I don't think it'll be a cracking game. I'm gonna go for a 2-0 home win to Liverpool. 2-0 to Liverpool. Then we move on to Sunday, and Sunday's got some fantastic games. So we start off with Palace versus Newcastle at 2 p.m. Palace at home. Newcastle not having the great season that I think they thought they would after qualifying for the Champions League. I feel like the Champions League has just knocked all of the wind out of Newcastle. Palace at home. Again, I'm going to go for home advantage. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Palace home victory. We move on to Sunderland and Tottenham. So this is one of those where, again, like I said with West Ham, if West Ham don't win, I feel like they are down. If Spurs don't win, now Spurs, new manager, De Zerbi, through the door. If Spurs don't have a new manager bounce, their second new manager bounce of the season, and they lose to Sunderland, I feel like Spurs will be facing relegation. Sunderland, a hard place to go and win. But I think this will be a really entertaining game. I'm actually going to go for a draw. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw in this one. Sunderland 2, Spurs 2. That's what I'm predicting for this one. Forest Villa. Yeah, that should be a good game. But yeah, I don't know. Forest and Villa both played in the Europa on Thursday night, so they'll both be knackered. I'm going to go for a draw in that one. I'm going to go Forest 1, Villa 1. But should be entertaining. We then move to Chelsea against Man City. Now, back in the day, going back 3 or 4 years ago, this would have been a corker of a game because you think two great teams going at it. Chelsea just don't seem great at the minute. Chelsea just dropping points left, right and centre. The Rosenior experiment doesn't look like it's working. Man City starting to, yes, they've dropped points as well, but Man City, I mean, you saw them in the Carabao Cup final. They were just great, and you think Man City are just going to... Man City is better than Chelsea right now. Will Man City go to Stamford Bridge and win? Yeah, I think they do. I'm gonna say Chelsea 1, Man City 3 to pile on more pressure on Liam Rosenior. I think that's what will happen. Chelsea 1, Man City 3. And then the final game of match day 32 is on the Monday night, Man United versus Leeds United. This will be entertaining. I know every Leeds United fan in the world, or in Leeds at least, will want to, will get one over on who they perceive to be the enemy. But Man United, at this moment in time, are just better than Leeds United. The table doesn't lie. And actually, you got to look at the fact that Leeds United aren't free of a relegation fight either. So Leeds really need the points. However, I still feel like Man United will win this one. I'm actually going to go for a 3-1 victory to Manchester United. So yeah, and Leeds could get pulled back into it, and that'd be really interesting, and that makes the whole relegation scrap entertaining. Going back to the Forest Villa game as well, Forest are very, as you can see in that table there, where's my finger there? Forest are right in the thick of it as well, and Forest, should Forest start dropping points or fail to pick up any points, they're right in it too. Forest could go down. So did I say 1-1 for Forest versus Villa? If Villa win that one, which I think Villa have every chance of doing, but Villa are tired, just like Forest are. If Villa win and Forest lose, Forest are right in the thick of it as well. And how could the table change? Say if West Ham win, they'll be on 32 points. So they'll climb out of the relegation zone. They'll be above Spurs at least. They'll be level on points with Forest, but they've got a worse goal difference than Forest. So if West Ham win tonight, that puts Spurs in the relegation zone. And then if Spurs obviously fail to win, they stay in the relegation zone. If Leeds fail to win, they stay on 33 points. So it just becomes very, very interesting for the fan of all of us who aren't fans of those teams. So who knows what is going to happen? It's going to be a great Premier League weekend of football. Matchweek 32. So those are my score predictions. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think I've got any of them massively wrong? What do you think is going to happen? I would love to know what you think. So let me know what you think in the comment sections. Like I say, right at the start of this video, this is FCTV, Football City, where we talk about football, we debate stuff, we do score predictions, we do reactions, we do all of that good stuff. So I would love to have you on board. Please support the channel. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button as well. Let's grow this channel, let's grow this community, and yeah, let's enjoy the football. So come back to this after the weekend. Let's see how many of these I got right, what I got wrong, and yeah, let's keep the conversation flowing. This is FCTV. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, and I'll catch you then. Until then, take care.